Okay, so we learned how to create a new file. We learned how to log in. We learned how to name a file and save a file. We learned how to use various display tools. We've learned how to zoom in and out and orbit. We learned how to draw lines. We learned how to create rectangles. Okay, we learned how to push pull. Now let's talk about editing. Okay. Sooner or later, you're going to need to change something, or you're going to need to um, add something or subtract something. Okay, that's a key element of what we do with 3D modeling, especially in SketchUp. It's very sculptural in technique. So what we're going to do first, I'll just quickly revamp a couple of, or re-show you a couple of the tools we looked at before. So the select tool is a big part of editing. If I want to erase that line, I can click the select tool, I can click it, and I can press the delete key on my keyboard. If I click the eraser tool, I can click on one thing at a time and I can erase things. Okay, like so. Or I can hold the mouse down, and if I run my mouse across things, those things will get erased. Okay. Now, if I need to edit something, let's say, for example, I decide that I want to make this box, instead of 7 inches tall, I want to make it 6 inches tall. Okay, well, I don't want to erase the whole box and then redraw a new one. So what I could do is I could use the push-pull tool to edit that. And you notice that all of the different sides of these objects, flat sides of these objects, are push and pullable. Okay, they're highlighting, so that means they're valid. So I'm going to take the top of this box and I'm going to click it, and you'll notice that I can pull it taller or I can pull it shorter. So if I pull it down from where it was originally, and I just type in 1 and then inches, it will make it 1 inch shorter. And let's take a look at the, oops, I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. If we click on the tape measure, now it should be 6 inches tall, which it is. Okay. All right. Let's say I want to make this look like a little mini fridge. Okay, a mini fridge. And so I want to have a dividing line between here and here for the freezer, the upper freezer part, and the lower fridge part, for example. I'm going to freehand just to make this example quicker, but let's say I do this. I make it on the red axis. Okay, so there's my fridge divider. Okay, and I'm going to just come down about 1 inch and draw another line. Okay, what I could do is I can use the push-pull tool on that little part, and now I can make a little indentation. So now it looks starting to look more like a fridge. Okay. If I wanted to put a handle on this door, let's draw a rectangle on the surface here. And now I want to be very clear to you that I'm just freehanding, so this is not going to be accurate. I'm just doing it for the demonstration purpose. Then I can push-pull that out. And of course, a handle doesn't usually have a solid. Maybe it comes, I don't know, up like so, and like so. So now I have an outline of my handle, and then I can use that to push pull backwards. And if I push pull all the way back, it actually deletes it. So now it's hollow. I can see through. Kind of cool. All right. So I can edit doing more or less sculpting. I can add or I can subtract. Okay, like example again here, I could turn this into an L shape by just drawing a line across and then push this back. Oops, push this back. And now it looks like an L, or maybe it's a stair. I don't know. Okay. Now let's say I wanted to erase all of this. I'm not happy with any of it. I want to erase all of it. I can use the eraser tool, and like I said before, I can go over top of things, and that's kind of the way we would, I guess, could do this. But it can be very time consuming to do that. I'd rather put a box around things. So let's look at that. I'm going to click the select tool, and I'm going to put my mouse down here on the left side, and I'm going to click and drag. And you notice that it starts to create a box. Now I'm holding the left mouse button down. So I click and I hold the left mouse button down and I drag towards the right. Now the way this box works is anything inside of the box will get selected. All right, now you can see there are things that are hanging outside of the box, like a small part of that L shape that we had at the bottom is hanging outside, and of course the whole upper part of this fridge. So watch what happens when I let go of the mouse. Okay, you can see only the objects that were inside of that box got selected. So the whole bottom of the fridge got selected and parts of that L shape. Okay. So when you select using the select tool and you select from left to right, it creates a window, and that window will select anything inside of it, but not things that cross through it. If you select, though, in the opposite direction, so from right to left, note the dotted lines on the window, it will select things in the box and things that touch the box. So the 2-3 vertical lines right now that we see the fridge touching, when I let go of the mouse, you can see that was also selected. Okay, so the selection tool has two modes. From left to right is a windowed mode, which selects only things inside. And from right to left is a crossing window mode, and that does everything in the window plus crossing the window. Okay, and so now I could just press the delete key on my keyboard. Let's put a window around all this, and I'll delete that as well. Okay, so in this little short video, what did we do? We learned how to select tools one at a time with a window and with a crossing window. In the next video, we're going to look at a couple of other editing tools: move, rotate, and actually a variation of the move tool, copy.